Peace, what's up? This is Rival, representing B-Boy B-Girl Lifestyle, and we have
RC back in the days became King UpRock.
Word, and we're just linking up out here in our community, New York City, and as you all know, I'm from Jersey, but I like to travel and ask to find out about knowledge in regards to history that led up to what's going on now within the rock dance community and also within breaking. So I have here King UpRock, and I'd like to just go over some of the concepts that we want to try to put together in regards to pit rocking and what that concept may mean to him, or if it means anything, right? Because I know that rock dance has its legacy, and I'd like to hear a little bit more from him in regards to what our generation is doing, what we should do, any advice, you know, things like that.
So, what do you want to know about?
Well, as far as the rock dance, right?
Yeah.
Competitions, what a competition is to you, and then people who really live the rock dance.
Well, back in the days, I mean, we used to have rock contests. We'll say rock contests, and then if you had a partner, you would have a freestyle contest, which that would be you and a partner, and you competed. You know, you had your own mixes, and you do your own freestyle routines, and you try to win. But UpRock, like rocking, it was called rock contest, and we used to battle one-on-one or like a whole bunch of line. Everybody had like a number, and they had the reason why they did the patchy line, because a lot of times guys would get too close and hit each other in the face, so they really didn't have any control in doing their burns. So back in the day when I first started, I was a good burner. I could do burns for days. And I would never repeat my burns, you know, because it was like, it's like martial arts or boxing. You don't have to know different combinations or different strikes or different hits and different that. So everything you learn on a sound or a word of a record, you try to use it as a burn, you know, and this, you know, this your opponent really bad. So everybody like, oh, and the judges see that like, wow, this guy, he roasts this guy. But then as I was younger and I got a little older, and I met a lot of guys who were good dancers, and they told me, yo, you're a good burner, but you should learn how to freestyle. You know, you should learn, you know, how to dance the record before just burning, you know, because burning is one thing, but then, you know, they didn't dance a lot. They was always burning. So a lot of the guys told me, you know, you should learn how to dance, because you could dance. I know you could dance. So I had to like learn dancing and watch. My mother used to tell me watch Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly. I watch a lot of old dancers. And I started, you know, as a musician, because I played piano and drum at the age of 5. I learned that how I read notes, I would listen to the beat or the music of the instrument and write it down and use it as steps. Nice. So that's how I transformed it into steps. And I danced steps, and I did it and did my own thing. And my mother showed me, which a lot of people know for shaking my shoulders. But she was a Latin dancer that danced in all the Latin clubs back in the 60s and 50s. And she used to win a lot of dance contests, you know, Spanish dancing. So she used to tell me, she showed me how to shake my shoulder. She said, you know what, I told her, she told me, what's the music, what you dance to? What's this thing you dance? I said, oh my, it's called the rock. She said, okay, what is it? I said, oh, you gotta diss each other. It's kind of like, something could be, you know, nasty, that way you take a guy, you could put this thing in his mouth or whatever. And she said, okay, let me hear the music. So some of the music, she's like, listen, you hear the drum beat? Shake your shoulders, right there, like you was trying to shoot them. And I practice every day. She showed me a technique, how to practice my shoulders. I practice. I'm not saying that I invented it, but it was some of the things that I, you know, people saw. It was like, oh, they already knew when they saw my shoulders, you know, like, you know, then a lot of people started doing it, but I don't know where they got it from, if they bit off of me or whatever, but I just know that the way I did it was more impressive and more with style. And I knew how to do one shoulder while this shoulder's going up. I try to, you know, be like if I was double jointed, you know? But I seen a lot of guys dance back in the days. I seen Little Dave. I seen the Danny Boy from Dynasty. To tell you the truth, he was the man. He was the guy that won all the rock contests. Carlos from Dynasty, he was the leader of Dynasty. And he used to win a lot of rock contests. Then you have Cuz and Rocky Nelson.
Now back then, like those contests, was it more about dancing or burning?
Well, it was as the years kept going past like 75, it became more dancing and burning together.
Oh, together, all right.
You had to dance the record, and then when the break came, you battle and you burn each other. But those guys, you know, at the time they were there making their mark, and their name was out there, their name. And everybody's like, yo, why you don't compete against these guys? And I'm like, no, my day is gonna come, because I was very visioning where their weakness and where they were strong at. So if I destroy where they're strong, their weakness is nothing. So it took me years to look at them, and when the time came, it was a contest, and we would lined up, they would tell me, oh, because back in the days, sometimes guys would be like in the same crew. Oh, listen, let's not battle, and we split the money. But there was time I said, nah, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm gonna win this. I want to win this to show the people that I am the best. I feel like I was. A lot of people used to say that, like, yo, I was a show off. But I wasn't, because of that. Anything, I played baseball, and I used to box or did martial arts competition. I felt like I was the best. I didn't go in there to lose. I went in there to win. So I battled the best, and I beat the best. And I'm one of the few young guys who battled the older guys and beat them. You know, a lot of the young guys wouldn't battle the older guys because they were scared. They weren't ready for them. I thought I was ready.
So now, what happens when, like, for instance, young, old, they understand what the dance is, how to keep your distance, how to burn correctly, and then there's people that just start throwing hands all over the place. Like, I know that there have led into like situations with that, and also nowadays people are like, nah, leave the burns alone, learn how to dance. Like, what do you think as far as like when people start getting in contact with each other, not knowing what they're doing, and it becomes perhaps a little bit violent? Because, you know, with the idea of dancing and pit rocking, which is what we heard, it's close knit. So you are gonna see hands and elbows, and you know. So what's your take?
Well,
on that?
like I said, everybody, it's like martial arts. There's different techniques. You have jiu-jitsu, you have kung fu, you have karate, you have arnis. You have all these different styles, right? And they're all martial arts. If you look at it, they're an umbrella of martial arts, right? But the thing is, what technique is better? Where's gonna be the guy where it shows his technique, it's clean, and its burns mean something, than a guy just battling, going like just trying to block. I mean, you're trying to block a guy who's burning you. He's burning you.
Correct.
You gotta try to do something back to burn his burn.